In a world where celebrity pairings often feel manufactured, a captivating rumor has sparked a frenzy, suggesting a collaboration between two of Asia's most enigmatic stars, Jerry Yen and Tong LiYa. This isn't just a simple on-screen pairing, it's a potential cinematic supernova, a collision of two distinct yet equally powerful acting forces. The mere thought of them sharing a frame is enough to send ripples of excitement through the entertainment landscape, and the proposed storyline is nothing short of breathtaking. Imagine Jerry Yen, the eternal heartthrob, shedding his familiar princely persona to play a reclusive, brooding artist haunted by a past he desperately wants to erase. His hands, once known for their gentle caress in countless dramas, are now calloused, stained with paint, and trembling with a silent rage. He lives in a desolate, windswept house on a cliff's edge, his only companions the crashing waves and the ghosts of his memories. He is a man of few words, his emotions communicated through the fierce strokes of his paintbrush and the deep, wounded look in his eyes. Now, picture Tong LiYa, the epitome of grace and strength, as a brilliant but cynical archaeologist. Her work is her life, and she views love as a myth, a distraction from the tangible truths of history she unearths. She's sharp, witty, and fiercely independent, her long hair often tied back in a no-nonsense bun, her hands meticulously dusting off ancient artifacts. Her mission leads her to the very cliff where Jerry's character resides, a site rumored to hold the key to a lost civilization and, perhaps, the answers to a deep personal mystery she's been chasing for years. Their first encounter is a masterclass in tension. She arrives on a stormy night, her jeep breaking down just as the first drops of rain begin to fall. She sees a light in the distance and, against her better judgment, approaches the solitary house. The door creaks open to reveal Jerry's character, his face half hidden in shadow, his eyes burning with an intensity that simultaneously warns her away and draws her in. He doesn't speak, he just stares, a silent challenge in his gaze. She, never one to be intimidated, returns his stare, a hint of defiance playing on her lips. It's a silent standoff, a battle of wills that crackles with unspoken electricity. The scenes that follow are a tapestry of emotional highs and lows. Their initial hostility gives way to a fragile truce, born out of necessity. They are forced to coexist in the isolated house, the small space a crucible for their burgeoning emotions. Tong LiYa's character, with her sharp intellect, begins to piece together the fragments of Jerry Yan's character's past, not through direct questioning, but by observing his art. Each painting is a window into his soul, a vibrant, terrifying glimpse of the trauma he's endured. She sees the pain in the stormy skies, the loneliness in the solitary figures, and the glimmer of a lost love in the fading colors. A particularly mind-blowing scene unfolds when a powerful storm traps them inside. The power goes out, and they are left in the flickering light of a single fireplace. He, lost in a memory, begins to sketch on a piece of charcoal paper. She watches, mesmerized, as he draws not with his hands, but with his very being. The strokes are furious, desperate, and filled with a raw agony that she can almost feel. When he's done, he holds up the drawing, a portrait of a woman with a hauntingly familiar face. Tong LiYa's character gasps, a silent realization dawning on her. The woman in the painting is the very person she's been searching for, the key to the lost civilization and her own personal quest. The connection is a thunderbolt, a twist that redefines their entire relationship. Another unbelievably intense scene sees them exploring a hidden cave behind his house, a secret he's kept for years. As they delve deeper, they discover a series of ancient carvings that tell a tragic love story, a parallel to his own. The climax of this scene is not a fight or a chase, but a moment of profound vulnerability. He finally breaks his silence, his voice a gravelly whisper, and tells her the story of his past, the pain of a lost love that mirrors the ancient tale. As he speaks, the flickering torches cast dancing shadows on their faces, and Tong LiYa's character reaches out and gently places her hand on his, a gesture of silent empathy. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated emotional connection, a scene that would leave audiences breathless. The article could conclude with the powerful image of them standing together on the cliff's edge, the storm now past, the the sun rising over the horizon. He is no longer just the brooding artist, and she is no longer just the cynical archaeologist. They are two souls, bound by a shared past and a future they are now ready to face together. The potential for Jerry Yen and Tong LiYa to bring this story to life is more than just a casting dream. It's a cinematic event waiting to happen, a masterpiece of romance, mystery, and raw, human emotion that would leave an indelible mark on the world of film. The article began with a thrilling premise, a cinematic dream of Jerry Yen and Tong LiYa uniting on screen. Now, let us delve deeper into the captivating world of their potential collaboration, focusing on the breathtakingly dramatic and emotionally charged scenes that would make their story unforgettable. This isn't just about a romance, it's a slow-burn psychological thriller wrapped in a poignant love story where every glance, every silence, and every touch is a scene stealer. Their first true interaction, a scene that would set the tone for their entire dynamic, takes place not in a grand ballroom, but in the oppressive quiet of his isolated home. Tong LiYa's character, the sharp archaeologist, is not a damsel in distress. She's pragmatic and resourceful. After her Jeep breaks down, she spends the night trying to fix it, only approaching his house as a last resort, her exhaustion battling her fierce independence. The moment she knocks on the door, a sudden gust of wind slams it open. She doesn't see him at first, only the swirling dust and the unsettling silence. She steps inside, her flashlight beam cutting through the gloom, revealing his figure standing perfectly still in the shadows. He doesn't move, a statue carved from sorrow. The scene is a masterclass in silent acting, with Jerry Yan's character communicating a world of pain and defiance through his posture alone. The rigid set of his shoulders, the clenching of his jaw, the way his eyes, when they finally meet hers, are dark and devoid of light. She doesn't flinch. Instead, she holds his gaze, a quiet acknowledgement of his turmoil. The air is thick with unspoken questions, and the audience is left to wonder, is he dangerous? Or is he simply broken? The most mind-blowing scene is not a moment of passionate love, but of shared revelation. Tong LiYa's character, through her relentless, quiet observation, begins to see the truth behind the man. One evening, she finds him on the floor of his studio, surrounded by canvases, his hands stained with various pigments. He's not painting, he's meticulously scraping paint off an old canvas, revealing a hidden layer beneath. She watches from the doorway, a silent witness to his ritual of destruction and rediscovery. As the old paint flakes away, a face begins to emerge, not the haunted figures of his recent work, but a radiant portrait of a woman, bathed in warm sunlight. It's the same face she saw in his charcoal drawing during the storm, a woman she now suspects is connected to the very artifacts she's searching for. This moment is a complete paradigm shift. He's not just an artist, he's a guardian of a secret, and his art is a coded map to a forgotten history. Her scientific curiosity, her aromantic heart, is suddenly challenged by a profound personal story. The scene ends with her stepping into the room, a gentle rustle of her coat, and his hand, scraping at the canvas, pauses. He doesn't look up, but he knows she's there, and the quiet understanding between them is more powerful than any dialogue. The emotional climax is a raw, heart-wrenching exchange that happens not in words, but in a desperate, physical act. She has found the hidden cave, the same one mentioned in the initial article. The carvings inside depict a civilization's tragic end, and she realizes her quest for knowledge has led her to the site of a profound tragedy, one that has mirrored his life. When he finds her there, she doesn't confront him with facts. Instead, she shows him a small, ancient relic she found, a locket containing two small, intertwined figures. She tells him that the carving inside his house, the one that showed the tragic love story, told her how to find this. He takes the locket from her hand, his fingers trembling, and for the first time, she sees a single tear fall from his eye. He doesn't say anything, but the look on his face, a mix of relief, pain, and a fragile hope, is enough to break the audience's heart. He then turns and walks out of the cave, leaving her alone with the flickering shadows and the weight of their shared secret. It's a moment of profound trust, where he gives her not a verbal explanation, but the gift of his truth. The scene is a perfect example of how two exceptional actors could convey an entire relationship's worth of emotion without a single line of dialogue. Their collaboration would be a visual and emotional feast, a narrative that subverts expectations at every turn. Jerry Yan's brooding intensity, combined with Tong LiYa's quiet strength, would create a dynamic that is both volatile and tender. Their story is not a fairy tale, it's a modern epic, a collision of past and present, love and loss, art and science, all set against the breathtaking, desolate backdrop of a house on a cliff's edge. This isn't just a movie, it's a cinematic experience, a journey into the depths of human emotion, and a testament to the power of a perfectly crafted story brought to life by two of the industry's most captivating stars.